start that recording and start the show. Welcome to Horsin Around, a Dumbass Cast. I'm your host, Nick Mercadante, and with me today I have three lovely guests. If you would like to introduce yourselves.
It's me, the guy who forgot that it's still called the Dumbass Cast. I've been here for
How
a
long
year.
how long have you been here? Yes, that's the name of our show.
I actually don't appreciate being called a dumbass, Nick. I think we should change it.
Well,
Can we vote on that to change this now?
Stop fucking being one, dude.
Yeah.
try that.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
just
here,
start
maybe
going
we'll think about
on.
it.
you're here for a reason, Jack. Don't you worry. Great. So neither of you introduce yourselves. Do you want to
You
introduce
said
yourselves?
my name.
I'm Braden.
Hi, Braden.
I'm your professional cardboard and cardboard accessories dealer.
Yep. Full time now,
That's
apparently.
my job. Yeah, I'm a big boy job. So
Big boy.
Oh shit. Did you just through networking just got to know people that needed somebody of your skill set?
no.
You're just like let's get this shit done.
So this judge I followed, who used to work for my current boss, tweeted that like, hey, SG is hiring. Star City Games is the name of the store. They're the largest Magic the Gathering store in the world.
Mhm.
They tweeted out, hey, SG's hiring, and I was working at a game store at the time, just part-time, and I was like, it'd be really cool if I interviewed. It'd be cool to see like what that process is like. So I applied, and the first interview was with like basically all my current bosses, and they were all really cool, and I followed a whole bunch. I followed most of them on Twitter already, like they were all people who I like looked up to, I'd say. And then um, that interview happened. I drove down to Roanoke. It's in Roanoke, Virginia.
Mhm.
I did an in-person interview where I had to do some stuff. Can't really talk about. And then I got the job. I moved down like 3 weeks ago. So
Hell yeah. Dope as
I
shit.
am a buying and pricing representative, and it's basically like I'm like Rick from Pawn Stars, but for Magic cards. That's probably like that's half my job. So I'm Rick from Pawn Stars, and then
Let me call
also
him my cardboard expert.
yeah, exactly. And then on the other side, I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. Those are my two jobs.
Which
a lot of fun.
which side do you lean into more? Are you more Rick or are you more Leo?
I love being Leo. So like my favorite thing to do is pricing. I'm a pricing and buying representative. My favorite thing to do is pricing, and I'm like getting trained on pricing and buying right now. But I definitely prefer pricing.
Mhm. Yeah, you like to
Basically,
be like this.
Price the Magic cards.
This piece of cardboard is definitely worth more than this piece of cardboard, and this piece of cardboard,
Yes.
the best I can give you is $5.
Uh,
Have you had to do that? Like, if you're saying you're like Rick, have you ever had to be like, the best I can give you is.
yeah, like someone will be like, "Hey, like I want this much for this card," and I'm like, "No, I can give you 25 cents or something like that, right?" Or I
25 cents or
bought
clap on the
cards.
back.
I've bought cards that are in the probably thousands of dollars at this point. So yeah, it's probably high hundreds, we'll say. So
God damn.
fun.
Good shit. Yeah, well, happy to hear you're doing. It sounds like your fucking dream job, so that's really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great. It's like exactly what I would want to do. You
Living
know?
the life. So you got your anime
Yeah.
representation T-shirt on right now. You've been watching.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Just have you been watching the new season?
I like I not this one, like I'm probably halfway through what's out right now. I might be a little further in than that. I really don't like it when they focus on the school, and that's what they're doing. And I'm like,
Damn, that's the
at
stuff
least
I
make fun
do
of My Hero.
like. I like the character development
No.
stuff, like the tournament arc. That shit was great.
The tournament arc I liked. Doesn't feel like a tournament arc. This is like when they were in the forest in
Yeah.
that one season.
Yeah.
It's like that, and I'm like,
Yeah, that shit was fun.
like I like the kid. Like in the forest arc, there was the kid, and in this arc, there's the guy with the tape. I like him too, but
Mhm.
like it's just not enough to keep me invested. Like when they like go out into the city, like for example, when he fought that guy who like thought he was like the greatest supervillain in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That guy, like, I was like, that's my favorite stuff. Like, the superhero stuff is my favorite. Like, that's really what I enjoy. The
Gotcha.
I like my favorite anime is like high school romance, like bullshit like that. And so My Hero Academia does it so poorly. It's like,
Yeah,
not what I'm
it
here
doesn't
for.
do the romance stuff very well.
Is there actual romance in My Hero?
yeah, he's got.
I mean,
I'm
yes,
putting
yes,
actual
yes,
in
there
big
is.
air quotes just
Yeah,
to be specific.
there is
but-
romance, but
Yeah.
it is just Deku
Really
has crush on
absurd.
Uraraka. Uraraka
Yeah,
has crush
exactly.
on Deku, and now they
Or-
just
or, like-
fucking beat around the bush for 7 seasons.
Yeah, like I just watched this one anime that's about a guy who like picks up a teenage girl and lets her stay with him.
Dude,
after
I
she's,
saw
like,
the trailer for that, and I was like, no, I can't.
It was
do this.
fantastic. It was fantastic. I just finished it. Last episode came out this week. I loved it. I would suggest it to everyone. I'm not even kidding. But like
I mean,
in
it
that
has
anime,
high
there's
production
like,
value, and it's based off of what I've heard is a good manga. But
oh, it's fantastic. And to be fair, like I've seen the bad version of that. That
yeah.
story has been told many times.
We've all if you look, Nick, I know you're still dipping your toes in, but
Yeah.
eventually, a season will come along. You'll look at a show and you'll say, "Hey, that looks pretty fun. I should check that one out." And you watch 3 episodes and you go, "I've made a horrific mistake."
Arrow Manga
Get
Sensei
Arrow
comes
Manga
to
Sensei
mind.
out of here.
Arrow Manga Sensei is like one of my favorite anime. It is fucking trash. You do not watch that though for a good time. You watch that to laugh.
What is it? What is it about?
Cringe.
I
You
mean,
don't wanna-
if we want to talk about the grandpapa, ooh mama, the what I think of is it's not the first one to do it, but it's the one that came out when I was coming up into anime. Is School Days. School Days is classic.
Oh, that is a yeah.
Like bottom, like look, I think School Days is both a 1 and a 10 because it is both 1 in terms of everything about it, but a 10 in terms of like, wow, either intentionally or unintentionally, they have created one of the greatest critiques of the genre itself by the existence of this story happening.
Is that where Out of Touch Thursday comes from? The girls from that show, or what?
I don't know about Out of Touch Thursday. The only the classic meme that comes out of School Days is Nice Boat. Nice Boat is a older anime meme. I say old as if.
Oh no, I'm thinking of
more
Lucky
a
Star.
2000s
Sorry.
anime meme. No. Lucky Star, very different show from School Days.
What is School?
I also think of Prison School.
Oh,
But
Prison School also is
Prison
in that-
School, the anime season 1, I genuinely have like as an 8 on my Mal though.
That's a take.
It's-
I mean,
Oh,
it's
there's
not,
more
like,
on here.
hated.
I
don't
shouldn't have
think
shown that. Oh wow, that was.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, don't look up School Days on stream, Nick.
Oh,
I'm
that
sorry
was.
if I didn't warn you quick enough.
Whoa.
Don't look up School Days on stream.
Well, the problem
I'm really glad
was
I
that I
caught
did
that.
look it up, but I only looked at the first couple images, and I was like, oh, these are just like pictures of kids at school, and then I didn't look down at like the second row.
Yeah,
Oh.
that
Like-
second row is legitimate spoilers, and it's what makes the show the 1 and 10 for me. Because the 10, all right, you're not gonna watch School Days, so fuck it. I'm just gonna talk about
That's
it.
true. Spoilers for School
like-
Days, if anybody who's watching cares.
School Days is about a guy who lives in a harem anime, but instead of the beat around the bush,
Alright,
he's
strong
just
start.
he's a fucking dick and a bad person, and he abuses. But he basically knows he's in a harem anime. This is not in story. This is not like him being like, oh, I know I'm in this harem situation. No, he's just a bad human being who is like, I will have sex with any number of women I decide. And he does that. And then the end of the show is that he breaks one of the girl's hearts, and she goes fucking ballistic and murders him.
Oh, fun.
that actually
and the
sounds
last-
not bad.
But, I mean, the problem is that you have to watch like 9 episodes of unadulterated trash. We're talking. That's where the 1 star comes in. The 1 out of 10 comes in for the show, and the last episode is when it's like, oh fuck, this guy, fuck him, holy shit. It's so crazy. I love it. Now the Nice Boat meme comes from an issue because what happened is the week it was either a week or like relatively close to when the final episode of School Days was supposed to air. There was a huge a notorious killing in
Uh-oh.
Japan.
Oh.
I think it was at a school, and they were like, "Uh-oh, we can't fucking show this. This is not good.
Oh,
You can't just
no.
put."
Oh no.
So what they did is they
so some girl killed her father with an axe. In
Oh,
Japan.
okay, yeah, something like yeah.
Very cool.
So what happened is that they had to replace the programming, but they didn't have like another show to put in the block. So they just put this rotating image of this boat just going down a river. And and everyone comments on it saying, "Hey, that's a nice boat." I think that might even be the description for the boat. But
yeah,
so
it's just
there's a classic like
That is the
Japanese
most
anime
Japanese
joke.
thing I've ever heard. That's just
Norwegian
so
fairy
crazy.
showed in the replacement image. Oh my god.
It is a nice looking boat.
You know?
It
not,
is.
Not bad.
It's
not
a
bad
nice
looking
boat.
This is
Good.
actually really pleasant.
Jesus Christ.
So like especially back in high school, whenever there was like like an extremely violent scene in anime, we'd be like, "Is that like a nice boat scene?"
That's fucking great. I wish that lasted. I never heard about that when in like Attack on Titan started coming out, but that was
it was before Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Well,
Even though
I
Attack on
assume.
Titan did start when I was in high school, which is fucking insane to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like my sophomore year, started blowing up.
Yeah.
Also,
School Days, I want to say, the problem is I primarily talked about this in my Japanese language class because, you know, who knew that's where all the weebs hung out.
Wow.
But
Shocker.
it like
Absolute shocker.
it's hard for me to
2014,
remember exactly
wow.
when it happens because I just remember having like conversations about anime in that class. I don't know. We'll get Nick to watch Angel Beats.
My,
That's what we'll make him do.
Oh, so in my Japanese class I took, everyone was like afraid to admit they watched anime. It was like we were all in on this like group shame where we're like, we're all weebs in this Japanese class because we're weebs, but like none of us are willing to admit this.
They
Society
had
as
they
it's
had
so,
the
like-
right gut instinct, but in Japanese
I
class, it's
broke-
probably okay to let
I-
that guard down.
I broke the seal on this shame though because we were learning like I got to ask like how do I say what is your name, and I went like no, what is it, Omewa Shinderu or whatever. I said like Omewa, which is like fucking like
Omewa.
fuck you basically. So I told my
Fucking
yeah.
idiot.
So yeah, that was
No, I should say idiot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is an introductory Japanese class. You wouldn't know what that is. But
I didn't actually say it perfectly because I said it half right and half wrong.
yeah.
Like that wasn't even in my mind when I said it, but I said it so close. I said it so incorrectly that it was close enough to that people really thought that's what I was trying to say.
I see.
We're not trying to say it, obviously not. No. But then everyone like on this Zoom call simultaneously started like laughing at me.
No.
It fucked my day up so
Oh,
bad.
no.
Oh my god.
That was a big Ripsky brother. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
But
I was so
I
bad
can
at
almost
Japanese.
guarantee you were not. You could rest assured that you probably weren't the first person to do that, and you will not be the last. Even in that specific like teacher's history, probably there's gonna be some dumbass in the future.
God, I hope so.
Brayden, we at one point you were a student at a northern New York college that I will not name on stream, even though I'm pretty sure I've said it before.
And we've all
But,
said
like,
it before on
Yeah,
stream.
yeah.
Like Rochester ain't exactly short
Yeah.
on hand in terms of people who would do it. So
Yeah. Oh man.
No, for sure.
I got a friend of
I
mine
have
from.
my. Oh, I was gonna say. So we were talking about anime, and I got my anime tattoo today.
Yeah.
And as a treat to myself, I ordered like a fucking chicken parm dinner to be delivered to me. I am fucking looking forward to this shit. I like. I don't know. None of you. I asked you earlier, but like, none of you've had a tattoo before. But like,
Yep.
you're supposed to eat a lot before.
Mhm.
because like it's very exhausting, and then like you come out of it hungry because it like took a long time, and then
Yeah.
so you're just naturally hungry, but then you're also just like exhausted, and your body is like, I need sustenance.
Mhm.
And the chicken parm dinner from a local Italian restaurant is my, I don't know, tradition for getting really fucked up and being like tired and just needing food.
Mhm.
It is just a complete package for me.
Yeah.
You get everything you could possibly ask for.
Love chicken parm.
Yeah, I just fucking finally got to sit down and eat at the sushi place that I've been picking up food from like throughout quarantine here, and it was delicious as always. But it was just nice to go in and like actually eat there in person.
It's definitely weird.
Yeah.
Though. I'm not fully used to
Going back.
into places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
How is it? How is it in your part of Virginia, Jacob? Because in my part of Virginia, I haven't seen a mask in 2 weeks, like at all.
Brayden, I don't know if you know this, but you're in a. I won't dox you, but you're in. You're in a.
I said
what we
Roanoke.
call-
I said Roanoke.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, okay.
fine.
You did say Roanoke. Okay.
Yeah.
You're in Roanoke, and I don't mean Nick. You don't have to pull this up, but hold on. I'm just going to reassociate myself with the type of geographical location you're in. Yep. Roanoke's still in the west part of Virginia. It looks like.
Hasn't moved.
It hasn't moved.
Deep.
Deep
in the
deep.
west.
You're going to you're technically not in the plateau region. You're technically in I think you're technically in the Blue Ridge Mountain region still.
Yes.
So Virginia's a very diverse state. We're nice and big. I love the state of Virginia, but also people in Northern Virginia and around Richmond, we have a very different culture than a lot of the rest of Virginia.
Well, even
Brayden, you've seen
Massachusetts
Roanoke.
is like.
Roanoke is what I would call a larger city in the western part of Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? So I'm like leaving work at 6 o'clock yesterday,
Yeah.
and all week my coworker's been warning me about this event on Friday.
Uh-oh.
It is what they do is everyone who owns a vehicle in the city decides to descend onto this road that goes like right down like the middle of the city, and they just fucking park there.
What?
So like on a fucking Friday night, it's like my 5-hour commute became an hour commute. I have a 5-minute commute. Like I leave home and I'm at work, and it's like an hour to get home.
Oh my god. Just
What?
not like anything
Wow.
political or anything, just they just do it.
Yeah, every last Friday of the month.
Is there like fucking food trucks or like festivities? No, they all just
You wish.
Just what they do, Nick, is they park on the side of the road and they pull out their lawn chairs and they sit down.
This is what I'm talking about.
That's
This is
the
the
end.
ingenuity
What?
of people who live in the western part of Virginia. You
what
don't-
are
look,
what are the people
there's
in West
not a lot
Virginia
of stuff
on?
out in the western
What
part
the
of Virginia,
fuck?
but they make their own fun. Okay, Virginians. We came off the fucking boat into Jamestown, and there was nothing to do, and we just fucking found shit to do. Okay.
Honestly, if you told me that the whole town was gonna like turn out to fuck up a bunch of random people's day and just sit and watch people get angry, I would participate.
Well, I don't think
would
there's
watch
anybody
people
left.
like
more-
piss in traffic.
It's much more boring than that. It's
Yeah, it sounds like everybody in town's
you
like,
were-
Fucking six-pack, your lawn chair. Fuck else are you doing?
yeah, it just sounds like everybody in town's in on it. So nobody's really like pissed off about the traffic because everybody is literally causing the traffic themselves.
Brayden is.
Well, yeah, but now he knows.
It's supposed to be like people who have nice cars like drive down the middle of the street,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
everyone watches the nice cars. But then it's like most of the people are just people who are trying to get home.
Yeah.
Because like, this is how you get home. Oh my god. Like
Think about how you can show off the
it
vehicle.
was mostly people with really big trucks.
Well, of course.
Yes.
Classic.
That's
just people
that's
with the
Western
same truck.
Virginia, baby. You gotta get like the fucking 2 feet of extra suspension, all right? At least minimum.
I used to live in Philadelphia, where people would take dirt bikes, and then run them down city blocks till 3 in the morning, and that was much less annoying than what happened last night. I was like the whole week. I was like, it can't be that bad. I was like, it can't be that bad. But no, when people on dirt bikes, they're loud. But you can learn to sleep through a dirt bike outside your window at 3 o'clock in the morning. You can learn that.
You are a powerful being. I don't know if I can learn that.
If you lived in Center City, Philadelphia, it would stop bothering you. After like a year.
Yeah.
I lived there for like 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, just go down to
This?
Roanoke's big attractions like the Virginia Museum of Transportation. You got the night off,
Dude,
go have some fun. That's what I'm saying.
Get out there.
There's like a rusted out memorial to Apollo 11 in front
Oh,
of it. It's so sad looking, Jacob.
Oh,
It's
no.
so sad.
What is
Welcome
it?
to the Blue Ridge, baby.
Yeah.
Roanoke Museum of Transportation. You could
It's right next to the Tom
it's-
Museum of Art.
God. Oh my
I'm
God,
gonna
that
go-
is
Train.
that is a fucking old ass train. Holy shit.
Yeah, they're.
I
train
love
tracks
the
right
pictures
by it.
that pop up for this. These are actually really cool.
Let me see the images.
I mean, if you
I
care
will
about
say-
Virginia transportation, then yeah, it's a real cool.
I don't know. I could burn a day just looking at old
I will
trains.
say-
oh, they have. Oh, this is just like
if you want to get an idea, of it, think of Rochester, right? A
Yeah.
glistening city on the hill of Rochester.
No,
And
okay, sure.
Rochester has the Museum of Play,
Yep.
which has a section for pinball.
Yes.
We have an entire museum just for pinball.
Dude,
so-
do you guys have
I forgot
have
about that.
the giant pinball machine there with the the Conan the Barbarian pinball machine that uses like cue balls
Oh.
as the pinballs in it because it's that big?
I haven't seen that.
Oh my God. There was a place on the Jersey Shore that had a bunch of old pinball machines before Hurricane Sandy hit. And I don't know what happened to any of those pinball machines, but it had that one there. It was such like a cool oddity thing to see while you were there. And I hope they got it out and it's somewhere safe now at the very least, even if it's not at the shore anymore. But yeah, this exhibit with the miniature train track stuff that I'm throwing onto the stream right now, it reminds me very much of Northlands, which is like really close to where
Nick finding another episode of the podcast to talk about the Model Train Museum.
Hey man, wait, have I already talked about this?
You've talked about it probably 3 times.
Oh fuck! All right, I won't talk about it again. But go to Northlands if you're ever in the Flemington area. It's
This is
cool.
also not the first time you've brought up the fucking Conan the Barbarian pinball machine.
God damn it! I've been doing this
because
for
I
too long.
started typing Conan the Barbarian pinball, and it fucking autofilled from my search history.
Fuck.
Hilarious.
We've really, yeah. All right, I guess we're really just retreading topics at this point. I have no memory anymore. I'm sorry.
All right,
ladies
if
and
Nick's gonna
gents.
keep returning topics, I'm gonna get nostalgic about Virginia because looking at the picture of Roanoke, I'm like, man, I've lived in the state for so long now. I love Virginia, dude. It's like an imperfect state, but
I'll be
love it.
honest.
Is there a perfect
I'll be
state?
honest. I'm a big fan.
Montana.
I'm a big fan. So far.
Wyoming, North
You're a
Dakota.
Wyoming is definitely not. Don't even fucking. Have you been in Wyoming?
Look, Wyoming
been to
geographically
Wyoming.
very cool.
Dude, the snowdrift. The snowdrift is so bad in Wyoming that they have giant piles of wood next to the highways to just hold back the snow.
Like I
Why
said,
would you want to
the
fucking
perfect
live
state.
there? Like,
Yeah, well then you get snowed in, then you're like, man, I can't get to work. What are you
Oh
gonna
my
do,
God.
boss? Sorry. Fucking.
I'm sorry, I don't like Wyoming.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they figured that out in the last year or so. I think that might be a solved
Say
problem.
it's
at this
solved
point.
problem.
Yeah, but if you're like a ranch hand, like I don't think that one works out for you.
I think if you're a ranch hand, you usually live on the ranch, Nick.
That is also
Yeah.
true. Also, both of those states very
Mhm.
racist. Typically, many conservative people out in Montana. And
Yeah,
Wyoming.
when you
say-
have 5 people,
I'm gonna defend. I'm gonna
4
defend
of them are
I'm gonna
white.
defend the. I'm gonna defend Wyoming here. I'm gonna defend Wyoming here.
Okay.
Closed-minded, yes. Homophobic, certainly. Racist, that's not the first word I'd go with. Just like knowing all the people. I have family from Wyoming. That's definitely not the word I would pick.
What is
They're
the
just
word
too-
you would
they're
pick?
too-
Racist
it's like-
adjacent?
For example, here's a story from my grandma. So my grandma was raised in the rural part of Colorado, right?
Yeah.
And she told me once this like story.
Yeah.
She was saying like, I didn't understand why people. She's telling me this. It's like I didn't understand. She's telling me this like in a way that she's looking back. Like she's not saying
Yes.
this matter of factly. Like
Yeah.
this is how she thinks currently. But I know she told me. She's like, when I met black people and I met people who hated black people, I was always so confused. I was always taught to hate Mexican people. Like if you don't, like Wyoming is such a like in the middle of fucking nowhere place with so many white people. I imagine they're not even familiar with the idea of racism because there are no people to hate.
I
Because
was almost about to bring that up, but I wanted to look up Wyoming's population statistics. So I'm on Data
There's probably a lot of
USA,
Muslim people in Wyoming.
but I'm gonna
That's my
double check
guess.
on census.
Okay.
Yes, the population percentage of Africa
It's
I'll just do
.9%.
white. I'll just do white alone. From the population estimates of 2019 in Wyoming was 92.5% white.
What
Yeah,
is it for
like,
black people?
If you
Holy
think
fuck.
if you think of like
Wikipedia
all
says
the if you think of the
0.9%.
states that Jacob, you tell me if I'm crazy here, but if you think of the states that have like these kinds of issues, it generally is states that are like on paper more diverse, right? Like you need to actually have people to like
To
have
hate.
issues.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You need a
Like there can
population
be like
to
structural
oppress for
problems.
You need a minority population to oppress
Yeah,
the
exactly.
minorities.
Yeah, like there could still be like societal issues, like structural, like the law. You know what I mean? Like there could still be laws against like giving loans to African Americans, for example. Like I'm sure that was a thing in Wyoming at some point. Just like it's just not the same, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
I-
what
like,
I'm talking about this
I
for,
mean,
but you know,
Gotta be real with you, Chief. What you described is still racism, just not against black people. Like,
oh no, yeah, exactly. And also like what I was saying is like my grandma said that kind of as an example of like how fucking stupid it is.
yeah.
Because she obviously doesn't hate Mexican people, but I guess obviously you don't know her, but she doesn't at all.
I believe you.
My dad's
I
family has
believe
like
you,
a lot of
Raiden.
respect for immigrants.
Your
But,
grandma's reputation is safe.
But I'm just
Cancel
saying, like,
Raiden's grandma.
it's very much like a good God. You just have like it's not as simple as like, oh, this is a rural area. These people must,
yeah, I know.
hate other
That
people,
was a
you know?
generalization, but I just that's I don't know.
Wait, I want to
And
hear
it's-
Braden compliment my state more. He was about to talk about good things he liked about
Oh,
Virginia.
I'm
so
liking
far.
it so far. It's the weather's absolutely awful, but
Yes.
otherwise, I'm a pretty big fan so far. The food's been pretty amazing. That's like been the real thing. People have been very kind. Uh, I remember I was doing my interview and I stopped by a Walgreens to, like get deodorant because I fucking forgot deodorant when I drove down. And the night before I was like, uh, and like I go to the Walgreens with my friend Richie who drove down with me, and the lady at the end is like, "Well, both of you have a nice day." And like me and Richie was just like, we're like, "What?" Because me and him live in Philadelphia, where like I don't know, they don't fucking talk to you.
Mhm.
You go to like a Walgreens, they just don't even talk to you. They just like check you out and let you leave.
Yeah.
And so like it's very it's just very different. People are like nicer, if that makes sense.
Got that southern
Kinda like-
hospitality. It is
Wait,
very
so
much
I
did
did not
I-
move to the south, but I have had a similar experience. Fucking some lady spoke to me yesterday. She was like, "Oh, were you waiting for the train?" And I had a second where I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Please do not talk to me."
Where do
Uh,
I hate
what
it.
are you? Did you feel comfortable saying?
I moved to
where you're in?
California.
California. I mean,
Huh.
yeah. I mean, they're not like wonderful there, but yeah, it's definitely not like the Northeast.
Yeah, it's not a fucking. It's not like
massholes everywhere.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's not
Look,
Massachusetts where
I was about to
you
bring that up.
automatically assume that anyone who talks to you out of the blue is
Dude, I
either
remember
mentally
when I
disabled or
lived
wants
there.
something from you.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are just old, man. They don't have
That's
anybody
so
else to
weird.
talk to. Good lord.
Old people don't want to talk to you. In Massachusetts, no. They're
Oh, no,
grumpy
well,
and
okay,
they
sure,
hate
not
you.
in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
but, like, an old lady in California, that might be, like,
Okay.
fucking, that might be the first interaction they've had with a human being in days. Like, their kids...
She
Well,
was
that's
like
actually-
not that old. She was like maybe
I don't know if
50s.
I don't know if
okay.
you know that, but that was actually just her after coming off the LA intersection.
yeah, for days. Trapped in there
Yeah.
for days.
She was actually 20 when she got on, and then it took her that long to leave. I don't know. I don't know how it is in Roanoke, but I definitely I don't know. I have this weird thing where a lot of people think that like, oh, Washington D.C. bad city, gross, and I'm like, dog, you clearly haven't lived in Washington D.C., which is like everyone's pretty nice around here. They're pretty good at respecting boundaries. If they seem like they want to talk to you, they'll talk to you. If not, they'll give you space. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. It's the perfect amount of acknowledgement for me. Meanwhile, I'm moving to Boston, so
Oh, good
fuck all
luck.
you guys. I'm never gonna talk to you again.
The fuck? If a guy asks you for money for a fix-a-flat, tell him to fuck off.
What is
Well,
the fix-a-flat
There's
scam?
literally a dude who has been running the same scam for like 20 years. It's,
Oh my
And
god.
he's a local institution, Jay.
he is a local institution.
Okay, I know we talked about this before, but is Boston the place where they have the most dangerous intersection? I'm trying to remember if it was in this city or it was in another
No,
city
I don't think so.
that was the most dangerous intersection. I remember talking about this at some point. I thought it was in
No,
Boston.
definitely not.
No, Pennsylvania.
Good old Pennsylvania. God bless.
Boston just has stupid intersections.
Boston is like
Boston has intersections where it's like
Washington is an old city, Baltimore is an old city, New York City is an old city, but all of them had figured out roads at some point.
well, so
Boston never fucking figured out how to fucking design
the
a
deal
road.
with Boston is it's not an old city. It's
Right.
12 different old cities.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Good
the
lord.
fucking city limits just kept absorbing small towns.
Hooray.
So you end up with like intersections where it's like 7 roads that all meet at almost exactly the same point at ridiculous angles, and then there's another intersection 500 feet down the road.
Oh
Exactly,
my
because
god.
there's Boston, but then I live more towards the Brookline area, which is kind of it's not part of Boston, but I'm actually in Alston, right next to Brookline, which is part of Boston. And of course,
so
across the
even-
river is Cambridge, which is not part of
No.
Boston.
Even
And
like
then-
Boston proper, the actual city limits
Yes,
are made up of what used to be a bunch of different little towns.
yes.
So there was no form of city planning at all.
Gotta love it. And then nobody
it's-
nobody came back and were like, what if we just gave another go at this? Because it was too late.
I mean, you'd have to raise the whole fucking area, basically.
Right.
That you would, and also I don't know. I'm looking at a map of Boston now, and Boston also clearly suffers from one of the worst instances of being torn up by the interstate highway system. A
Yes.
lot of cities got fucked by the interstate highway system. I think the interstate highway system is great, but the problem is that instead of being like, oh, okay, yeah, now we just institute local roads for like cities, they're like, no, we carve these bad boys straight through the city.
Yeah,
Whoa!
they were at a time where they were just like, hey, fuck it. What kind of impact will this have? It's the direct route. Let's go through the city. Let's just go over it, you know? Let's just fucking pave over
and it turns out that's not great. Like
No.
Boston is like a fucking mess
Yeah.
of highways
correct.
in the center of it.
That's kinda...
DC in my like New York has a little bit of this, but also like they avoid it because they just say the outer ring of Manhattan is the major road. Anything else is the regular one.
Mhm.
Boston also has an aggressive mix of fucking elevated highways and tunnels,
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
which basically makes certain portions of the city borderline unusable.
Yes.
Oh no. Yeah, and
He's
like
not
to
wrong.
a lesser degree, I think the same thing happened to Syracuse. Like there's that like going if you're going to Rochester
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah.
Jersey or from down south of upstate, you go through Syracuse and there's a fuck ton of weird like off ramps
This
and
is
on
a
ramps for
nightmare.
Syracuse.
I'm looking at Syracuse right now. Why did they all literally funnel into the center of Syracuse?
Yeah, it's not great.
What the hell?
And it is
Oh,
an
holy
absolute nightmare to navigate. You guys have been through this, haven't you? You guys would have had to drive through this.
I go.
Do you go through Corning?
What I do is I
always take 90, which just skirts it.
Yeah, I go up through
Hello?
Harrisburg.
Oh, you're muted, by the way. Oh, no, you're not muted, Braden.
So
Yeah,
I skip Syracuse entirely.
But Massachusetts also has a lot of areas that are just going back to the fucking international highway system. Massachusetts has a lot of areas that are just not accessible by highway, and so are functionally not accessible. Period.
Lovely.
Which really destroys the area.
Yeah. Well, one would imagine. It's they just didn't think.
Watch
the bottom
out.
line.
I'm coming in with my the Northern Virginia DMV area horn of District of Columbia did it right. They built a big fucking ring around the city and they said, this is the major highway.
Yeah.
Then you can go through on very few of the highways. Okay. Did everyone figure that one out? Good. Nothing else. The Beltway will be a mess for all eternity. But the inner works of DC will also be kind of a nightmare, but it's less of a nightmare than Boston.
At least you guys got the like the Easy Pass Super Express lanes. That shit was awesome when I was there in Maryland.
Easy
That's
Pass.
the most confusing shit to me. I fucked it up.
Get out of here,
Blowing
Toll Roads,
through the toll
Pennsylvania.
stations at
I have
60.
I have to go through Pennsylvania to get to Rochester every year, and I hit Pennsylvania, and they're like, "Money, please," and I'm like, "Get out of here!"
Dude, if I don't want to hear that shit. Dude, you got 3 major cities that are like 5 fucking hours away from each other. Like, I will say this about Virginia: it's one of the only states that is comparable in like geographic fuckery to Pennsylvania. Because Pennsylvania has a city, and then it has mountains, and then it has a city, and then it has mountains, and then it has a city.
Yeah.
Virginia is also like that, so I'll give some credit to Virginia, but like, come on.
We technically have
We gotta take the road
5,
somehow.
at least in elementary school. They broke it out into like 5 different geographic zones of Virginia. Because you got the Tidewater, you got the Piedmont, you got the Blue Ridge Mountains, you got another one, and then you got the Plateau.
Where's the Shenandoah River fit into that?
It doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It's in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And like in elementary school, in elementary school, you'll learn about all the different geographies in Virginia because you realize it literally goes from the fucking Atlantic Ocean to a good ways into the actual fucking continent.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot.
Actually, Virginia goes Virginia goes Atlantic Ocean, land, Atlantic Ocean, land, mountain.
Yes.
You got that.
You're
fucking
right,
script.
because I almost forgot about the part of Virginia I forget every time, which is our little fucking peninsula that it was rightfully ours.
Yeah, you
Maryland will never take it from us.
Maryland is such a fucked up state. Like, how does Maryland exist?
It is. It's a mess.
It's a
mess.
It's a fucking mess.
Maryland
My aunt
is
lives
a
in
mess.
Maryland.
They should just expand Delaware to take all of that weird dangly shit, and then they should fucking just give Maryland the mainland part of it.
I always forget about Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware.
Just take that off.
That's the tri-state
It's okay.
area. That's the
It's
third
your
part of the
tax
tri.
haven of the North Sea.
The only reason I remember Maryland more than Delaware is because as a Virginia resident, I am by law required to complain about Maryland drivers, especially this close to the border. So, sorry, Maryland. Get a better state.
I'm making a
maybe.
bad name for Pennsylvania drivers while I'm out here. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh
Bad
no.
name.
You got pulled over yet? By
I,
some
I-
Virginia boys?
No, I learned some bad habits living in a city for 3 years.
Actually,
All right,
city driving seems like a
I'm gonna
fucking
eat my
nightmare.
dinner and not like make a fucking ton of noise into this microphone.
Okay.
So I'm gonna leave you guys for a bit.
ASMR
If you're
chicken
still
farm.
going when I'm,
I mean, we're going
Yeah,
till
if you guys are
5,
still
so
going when I'm done,
if you're
I'll come
still
back,
here, you can
but-
also just hang out and like pipe in if you have something to say. But you can just
Yeah.
put your mic on mute. Like
Alright.
it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
all right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll see it.
All right. Fucking. What was I gonna say? Shit. Oh yeah.
I'm going on yes.
I don't know.
What are you saying? Sorry.
I'm doing a bar crawl tonight, so that should be fun.
Oh, did you actually get people to come this time?
Finally, yes, and well,
My
it's because
God.
originally it was the whole thing of I just want to go to 3 lives because I,
Yeah.
cool barcade, but now it's like I just realized that this place Armory Square in downtown Syracuse is like a square block that has like 10 bars like in a row. So we're gonna see if we can hit them all up and get some drinks in each of them. Because I haven't really done a bar crawl since that Halloween crawl that I did with Joshim and Brandon back in, what was
Who
that?
lives in Syracuse that I would know?
Me, Sam lives there. I think,
Katie Roy.
yeah, she lives there.
Okay, Roy.
And
You should invite her.
and she. And I think Julie. I don't. You probably don't know Julie. She's like after your time.
Julie is just working in Syracuse for
Yeah,
the summer.
something like that.
Not
I thought
sure.
she's from
She's
here originally.
from Syracuse.
Yeah. But I mean, at least for the summer, she's here. So, yeah. But yeah, basically, it's me, Sam, and Katie are the main ones that I am aware of. And I feel like I would hear if anybody else was here, but I haven't. So. Yeah, I don't know, but
Syracuse is a city I could see myself living in.
it's all right. It's all right. I don't know. I definitely like where I'm at. And there's enough stuff to do in a reasonable distance that like getting out and going places isn't an issue, which I appreciate. Destiny's cool, and this bar crawl's gonna be fun. So, yeah, I guess it's basically just the work at this point that it's like I'm thinking about trying to switch things up with. And I really got to get on applying to more jobs. Still waiting on some responses from Sony, I think, but yeah, I just got to start throwing the applications out there now that I've updated my resume and all that shit.
Are you applying like outside of New York?
Yeah, I will go
Like
wherever
West Coast, East Coast,
the
or
work
transport?
takes me. Yeah, I'm good. I'm basically good for anywhere as long as they pay me enough to be able to live there effectively.
Northern Virginia.
I mean, hey, yeah, if there's opportunities there, there's like Rockstar has studios somewhere in Virginia, right? Richmond or something.
I don't know about that.
Everybody works at Bethesda.
oh,
Yeah, I
maybe
don't
it's
know if you know this,
Bethesda.
but there's a big city in Maryland called Bethesda, and you'll never guess where the game company
No
Bethesda
way!
comes from.
Wow! I could never guess who set up shop there.
Phyrexis also has some offices around here.
Oh, cool. I'd like to work on Civ 7. It'd be fun.
That, or you can just come to Boston with me. Boston.
You could have come to Q's though. Just saying.
I could have, but
That's pretty nice.
you're literally leaving, so.
Yo, you can hang out with Devin.
Oh
No
yeah.
thanks.
That's fucking tight.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, the bar crawl's gonna be fun. I'm curious to see how far we make it through. We've got like at least 10, like 11, maybe 12 places that we can hit up all in one square block.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
You just keep adding. We
gonna
got
be
maybe
13
like 12,
by
13,
tomorrow, yeah.
14.
You know, we've got
14
24
bars.
bars.
Why don't we go to 16 bars?
and by God, we're going to all of them. I swear.
You're gonna have to drag.
It's gonna be a crawl. That is hence the crawl part of bar crawl. We will crawl to the
You're
last
gonna
one.
gonna be
Just watch
crawling by
The
the end
World's
of it.
End.
Yeah. What'd you say,
At
Jacob?
home bar crawl.
I said at counterpoint, just watch The World's End instead. That's the closest.
See, that's
thing
what
to a
I want to
bar
be
crawl
like the
my
world's end
ability.
at the end of this crawl. I want to be fighting off
Nick, I
weird
don't think you
robot
understood
zombies.
the message in The World's End. I think you might have misinterpreted the them getting drunk and drowning their fears aspect of it.
Maybe we're all just trying to drown our fears a little bit. All right? Is that such a sin, Jacob, to drown
Yeah,
our
I'm
Maybe
fears?
we're
mad that
all
you
just
guys
trying to
have
drown.
bodies that are capable of doing that, and I do not.
Yeah, well.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm drowning my fears in extremely painful needles going into my skin. Not like that. Not heroin.
But you get some good art
Not
on your
heroin?
body at the end of it, so you got that.
Yeah, that's cool shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Do that.
Dope as fuck. I still don't know what I would get for a first tattoo. I really want to do Lost, but I'm also really scared that would get interpreted as some
You should
kind
get
of
like
hate symbol.
You should get.
It's
you
a
should get,
jumbled up swastika.
Pixels, like
Exactly.
the fucking Adam Sandler Pixels movie on your chest, just
I
like.
can't believe you. At first, Brayden, you have no idea. At first, I thought you said something with pixels, and I was like, oh, "Look, it kind of sounded like Adam Sandler's Pixels to me, but like, there's no way he would say that." And then you fucking came back to clarify yourself, and I was like, "Shit, he actually did it."
Like
God.
an Adam Sandler themed fucking sleeve.
If you don't have an Adam Sandler themed chest piece,
What are you
I'm
doing?
where else
right
would you
now.
start?
Not a real
Adam
fan.
Sandler
Oh God.
tattoo.
I hope Adam Sandler's having a good
Well,
day,
you?
making so much money off of his dumb fucking
Oh,
movies.
I don't like this.
What?
I looked up Adam Sandler tattoo sleeve, and there was a lot of Adam Sandler faces.
There's nothing
and
good to come from that.
There really wasn't. I
There's
don't
just
know what I
nothing
was
good.
expecting.
This is really not a.
Not a
Oh, these
pleasant
are
time.
bad. Why
I
would
don't
you get
know.
a fucking wedding singer tattoo? Jesus Christ.
I would feel it's a little cliche, but the only one I've actually put any thought into is I want a tattoo of the Fool on my back, the tarot card.
Oh, Mr. Persona.
I'm trying to get a good. Well, it's not just Persona. I also just like the Fool tarot card.
That's fair.
You have to get so there's. It's not just things you like. Like everyone, people always tell you like you have to get a tattoo for something
Yeah.
that's important to you, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fucking bullshit. Okay. You have to get a tattoo of something that you like.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
But
If you
you
don't-
have to like
like,
it on you for all
if
time.
it doesn't look nice. Yeah, like I get what I meant. Like I get you has to look nice. Like I like
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop, top 25 favorite things of all time.
Mhm.
Doesn't even crack my top 5 probably. But it was my first tattoo because the way it looked.
It
was
looks
perfect.
fucking
Like,
cool.
I love the way this looks.
Yeah.
Like that style.
You're gonna love the way you
So it
look.
was my first tattoo.
You went into Men's Warehouse. They said,
Exactly.
"Let me get you right here."
Yo, Men's Warehouse sucks.
Yeah, it really does.
What do you guys got against Men's
Or,
Warehouse?
like, my new tattoo I got today. That shit. I just think it's really cute. I wanted cute stuff on me.
Yeah,
Literally that
I feel
simple.
that.
Yo.
Well, but like that exactly. That's the thing. It's like it's art that you're putting on yourself, so it
Yeah.
should be good art, and that's why like it's kind of hard because I'm a fucking pedantic asshole who looks at art
Same.
and I'm like, this is kind of close to a 10 out of 10, but I don't know. I feel like it's more like an 8.5 if you ask me.
It doesn't have to be a 10 out of 10 because here's the thing. If it sucks, you can just cover it up or
Yeah.
put something cooler next to it.
Exactly.
So
Man. I guess I could something low key that might be
although
cool.
like what I did, Jacob. So what I did was a tattoo artist made this tattoo except of a different like it's the same style but of a different
Yeah.
it just looked quite different. And I was like, I want it to look like this. And she was able to do that because it was close enough to something she already done, in my opinion, perfectly. And so I didn't have there was no risk. It was like, oh, you've already literally done this perfectly, and I'm asking you to make a slight adjustment.
Yeah, totally.
know?
No, I totally understand that.
no
Like
problem.
I know about like the research and stuff. I don't know. I might get something attached to something I like. I don't know. I definitely end up being one of like I'm not gonna say one of those people because you're literally the person I'm about to describe, but like getting something related to like one of the formative anime of my
Mhm.
time. You know, because it's in vogue. Uh,
I started looking at Persona tattoos, and there's some real fucking good ones out there.
yeah.
I was thinking about like it's something
yeah.
like low key. I could get like just like the mask or like one of the masks tattooed somewhere.
Well, that's almost
think
why
anime-
like I know. Sorry for cutting you off, Braden. Okay.
We're also on a
But
very
also, like,
severe
just
delay.
like, leave it at
I'm
that,
sure
guys.
people have noticed, but
Oh yeah.
But like the tarot card would also relate to a lot of things, especially Atlas games that are really formative. So I think about Persona 4 and that kind of stuff. So I mean, you were not wrong, Nick.
yeah.
That wasn't the first thought, but also like, yes, that would be tied into it of like classic video game stuff as well.
Oh, even just like the fucking take your time little thing, like for the loading screens. That'd be pretty cool.
There's a really common tattoo that is like you do it up your forearm. It's like usually it's the what is the name of that ship? The ship from Cowboy Bebop, the swordfish.
Yeah.
It's like a picture of the swordfish, and then it says like you're gonna carry that weight down the like down. It has like a giant sword, like it's like very pointy, and down the point it says you're gonna carry that weight. Like that's a very common Cowboy Bebop tattoo. Like just stuff like that where it's like I don't know, like you could look at that and you wouldn't know that's from an anime, you know?
Yeah,
It
and
just
that's
looks like
that's
a
the nice
very,
stuff
like,
when it's like low
Badass
key.
tattoo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just something that looks great regardless of whether or not you know the source material.
Oh, that does look good.
And if I wanted to go batshit, I could just get one of the mask tattoos, but like literally tattooed over my eyes. And then I'd always be wearing that.
That is a thing you could do.
Could
That
do
would
that.
make the podcast more
Okay,
fun.
Post Malone.
Good lord.
Let's see how many followers we at? Yeah, well, 1 million followers on Nick's Twitch. And
Oh
he's had
damn!
it.
Hell
He's had it
yeah!
on
All right,
stream.
I'm all in then. I'll do it for the clout. All right.
18 years from now, Nick hits 1 million.
I'm showing
Someone
back up. I
clips
hope
this
he
shit.
knows. I'm going to the VOD. I'm clipping it.
Oh,
and there's
God.
nothing they can do to stop me.
I can't stop you. That's true. I can just delete the VOD, the clip though. I think. I do
Alright,
think I
Kyle.
have that power.
Did you see that project Dan's working on? Dan from CSH?
No, I heard he was in
It,
Thailand
it
last.
turns
Oh, the
your clips
fucking
into
with the
TikToks.
The what?
Yeah, it uploads shit
That's really
from
cool.
Twitch to TikTok.
Oh.
If you clip something on Twitch,
Hmm.
it'll just make it into a TikTok.
That seems pretty
It's like
convenient.
actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's charging like $40 a month for it or something like that, which is
Yeah.
like a lot. But if your like full-time job is streaming, it's probably worth it.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
then
There
I'd
were
have
like different tiers,
Yeah.
but the lowest tier was pretty low function.
Hmm.
I think the only
I
problem
think if
with-
you wanted to actually do it, it does.
Yeah.
I think the problem with that is I think a lot of content creators are savvy enough in order to just export like if they're already video people. Like I understand what type of person this might be marketed towards.
The
I
gullible
mean, yeah, the
kind.
target is
example,
really like
it does
your. Sorry.
it does some cool stuff. Like if you say clip that, it'll clip it and then post it to TikTok. Like if you literally say clip that, it'll do it.
Oh.
It's just
Yeah.
constantly listening for you. It does some really cool shit like that. It's actually like
And
Yeah.
if there's
really
anyone I
cool.
want constant
But
listening,
again, like if you have enough money,
Oh god.
I mean, the low
Yikes.
tier is $20 a month and really just gets you Twitch clips get posted to TikTok and you get like weekly updates on how you're doing on TikTok. So the target audience is really streamers who don't know shit about TikTok for some reason and
Hi,
want to
that
break
would
into
be
that
me.
with
I don't
Who are
know
those
shit about
and
TikTok.
break into that with minimal effort.
Right. Yeah.
The
like
voice
Nick,
detection is just an
if you
add-in.
want to like if you want this to be a thing you actually do like for real, like I mean like for real,
Yeah.
like, obviously you're doing it for real, you've been doing this for a long time, you're obviously TikTok is like one of those things where like you can just be like shit at everything
and still just have like 100,000 followers for some reason. It's crazy.
Well,
Like I haven't done it because I'm way too lazy.
Yeah.
But,
No,
like,
I just like
I have a friend who has like 1 million fucking followers or something crazy like that.
well, it's like a lot of this stuff is like they're just experimenting with their algorithms a lot, and that's why a couple weeks back I uploaded these. So YouTube is trying to get in on the TikTok craze by having these shorts that they put up, which are like the less than a minute, and it has to be in vertical aspect ratio, and it's like I just for shits and giggles because I had some clips that I just like used NVIDIA Shadowplay to capture in Call of Duty Warzone or whatever, and so I just cut those down, put on some subtitles, and then just threw those up onto YouTube with like the 1080 by 1920 rather than 1920 by 1080 format, and then labeled it shorts and just threw it out there and saw what happened. I got like 1,000 views or like more in just like one day, just randomly out of nowhere, and that is the most views I've gotten on my videos crazy. Like anywhere in the past like couple years, you know. So
yeah, that can happen. Like for if you're on TikTok, that's like very common. Like I tweeted, I got some insomnia cookies in this is like several months ago, in like January. I got some insomnia cookies, and I took a video of me opening them in slow motion, and then I put like the background song was like some like rap song about cookies, and it got like 1,000 views out of nowhere. Like I don't think anyone even followed me. Like I didn't have any followers.
Yeah.
Because I just like made the account and just messed around with it. It's crazy. Like
they like boost your first video or something too. So the very first thing you upload.
It wasn't really my first. It was like.
Yeah, I think again it's just the algorithm.
It wasn't even really my first.
Sometimes.
It was like maybe my third or fourth.
Just fucking.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you can take advantage of that. Like again, my friend Nathan is like, that's like his job is like TikTok. Like he's a professional chef in Toronto, and then he's also like a D&D Magic the Gathering TikTok personality. And he doesn't like he's learning, and he's gotten a lot better over the last year, I'd say. But like he definitely started out not knowing anything and just being like a guy.
Yeah.
Now he knows he's a little bit more knowledgeable, but I wouldn't say he's like a professional in terms of knowledge, but he's like killing it. I mean, he's just a good guy. People like him.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this is like the podcast has definitely been something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that's why I keep doing it. But like the regular streaming stuff has just sort of been like my quarantine hobby that now I am keeping past quarantine because I like doing it. It's been fun. But yeah, I think like if I am starting to consider it more seriously and have more time to spend on it, because like I don't know. I guess you can blow up with like minimal editing and just like doing really quick bits on TikTok, but like I feel like I would want to do stuff that's like a little bit more edited, like what I did with the Warzone videos. Is that I added like colored subtitles for all the people speaking just to make it more readable and stuff like that. And even that just takes like literally less than a minute. It still takes like 30 minutes to subtitle properly.
Well, but a big part of the appeal of platforms and TikTok specifically is that it makes it easier to do things like that. So what you're talking about, it sounds like, is a fucking, oh god, what's the channel? The Soviet Womble-esque subtitles. That's obviously more involved. But TikTok has like an auto subtitle thing that makes it trivial to add just subtitles to a video.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll look into it. I should probably also get a Twitter at some point, but I'm also going to save my mental health.
Never get Twitter, Nick.
Yeah. Bye.
Get Twitter.
No.
Let it pull you in.
No.
Let it pull you.
The only reason
Brayden, I'm gonna let you in on something. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look up my Twitter account, it's not there anymore.
Da da da.
What?
Da da.
I saw it like weeks ago. Like this is recent, right?
No, I think I
it's
got
been at
rid
least
of
in the
it.
last few weeks, right?
No, I think I got rid of it like maybe a month or two ago now.
You were following the wrong Jacob this whole time. A different Jacob. Just some random dude.
I just have met my COVID time means 2 weeks ago is 8 months ago. But
Yeah.
you know,
Fair enough.
still, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
crazy.
The only thing
I
that
hadn't
like
realized that.
really made me consider getting a Twitter actually was like people were like, "Oh yeah, game developers put up job postings on there." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess, but like I could also just look up them."
Oh no, like I will say this, like I literally only have my job I have right now because of Twitter. I literally found my job on Twitter. So like
Fucking like
Mm.
entry level job threads on
I'm
Twitter
living-
are weirdly
I'm-
common.
Mm.
I mean I literally like again, I mean I just said it, but I literally have my dream job because a fucking random magic judge I follow on Twitter tweeted that this company was hiring. I would have literally never found out about it any other way.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I have my dream job.
I will continue to flirt with the
So,
idea
like-
of getting a Twitter.
And I
until one
literally
day
only
I
got it
eventually
because
cave on a
Susan
whim.
bullied me into getting it. If you remember Susan,
Yeah.
the A10,
Yeah.
I was in the user center and she was like, Brayden, do you have a Twitter? I was like, no. She's like, you need to get a Twitter because then you can find cool shit on there, like jobs and stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. I mean, literally, I think it says your start date on Twitter. It's probably like March 2016 because that's when she got back from co-op.
Well, that's when I was still in high school.
Going February 2018, so it was later, or maybe it was a different account. But yeah, like
Yeah.
it's late.
Yeah.
Sir.
I got you. Yeah, I'll continue to
that's
flirt
the-
with it.
So do it, or else.
No, this is the bonus, Nick. This is the bonus of my lifestyle. I don't have to worry about Twitter. I'm gonna go get my master's degree. I'm gonna hopefully get my PhD, and then I will have the legal authority with enough knowledge in my brain to say, "Leave me alone. I can't go on to. I don't. Twitter bad.
The legal authority
my
to
my
dick slap
PhD
people on
says
Twitter.
so. I'm Dr. Stenstrom now.
Damn.
Stop.
You put you make your at
Dude,
like
I
Dr.
can't wait
Stenstrom
to-
and you can just
I
fucking beat the shit out of people.
Could you
online.
could you get the blue check mark if you
I
had if you
can't
got
wait
that
till, like,
doctorate?
Why would I care
If
about a
he
blue
also
check mark?
got 40,000 subscribers on top of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob,
believe
you're
you,
getting a
Jacob.
fucking PhD and you're telling me you don't care about a blue check mark? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I don't believe that for a fucking
What is
second.
a PhD
But,
but a
but
IRL
here's
blue
the
check
difference between a
Oh,
PhD
that's full
and a
fucking
here's the difference
Exactly.
between a
Jack.
PhD and a blue check mark. In order to get my PhD, I will be required to submit a paper. At least there's something. At least I have to go in front of an actual panel of people.
You
I gotta
literally
see.
have to. It's like a process. I have multiple friends who've been denied for like no fucking reason. They submit and like
Exactly.
you
And
have to
if
get,
I
like,
get denied
approval
my
from the
PhD,
gods.
the difference is that I will have a group of doctors telling me, "No, you dumb idiot, get out of my office."
if you get denied from your blue
gods
check mark,
of
you
Twitter
actually they
are
stick
more
other blue check marks on
powerful.
you.
Get his ass. Oh my god.
I'm gonna use my PhD to get into public office so I can ban Twitter.
You know what? I never
Okay,
want to get a
Donald.
Twitter because I live in fear of getting ratioed. I never want to be in a situation where I could have the possibility of being ratioed. That shit is hilarious to
As a
me and also
ratioed-
terrifying. It's like it's just such
I've
a
been
it's such a
ratioed so many
it's such a
times. As a
powerful
white man.
like just conversation ender, just like ratio. It's just like the boy on Twitter. It's too much, man.
Yeah.
Twitter is all short-term dopamine, and my brain goes, "This is a bad idea. We shouldn't do this." And I'm like, "You're right."
My brain
Correct.
is like, all we want is short-term dopamine. That's literally all I care
No,
about.
I trust me. When I use Twitter a little bit more regularly, I understood. But the problem is, my brain fucking figured out that it was understanding. Like, oh shit, no, this is you're going back into the fucking den, saying, "Give me the hit,"
Give me the good juice.
Give it
Give me
to
the
me.
good juice.
and I go, this is I gotta go fucking cold turkey, or else this is gonna end bad. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, and that's why I just spend all my time on
And I
Tumblr
mean,
instead. That gets me all the
Let me
dopamine
get my
I need.
heroin tip.
Like,
Anyways.
look, I understand. I still go on Reddit. I understand that.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
a
Reddit's-
cesspool of society, but like,
Reddit is my work
I
time
imagine
Tumblr because I can't go on
interacting.
Tumblr at work. Like,
Thank God.
but here's the
Talk about
difference.
sensible defaults.
Here's the difference between Reddit and Twitter. Their algorithm kind of fucking works sometimes on Reddit. Twitter, I go into a thread and they're like, "Hey, you want to hear about this guy with 5 likes telling you to kill yourself?" And I was like, "No, this isn't even the most liked post. Why is this here?" And they're like, "No, this is what you wanted." And I'm like, "I don't think this is what I wanted."
I
at
don't
all,
think
Twitter."
this is it, Chief.
I
don't
don't.
think this is it.
When I go on Reddit, at least like the top post being like "kill yourself," and I'm like, "No, I think I'm gonna filter some of these out real quick."
My favorite subreddit is "Am I the Asshole?" because I constantly
Oh my
find out I'm
God.
the asshole in my daily life through other people's mistakes.
Simply stop being the asshole, Forehead. It's that easy.
What? This is how I'm finding out that I'm the asshole. It's hard to not be the asshole when you don't know.
Are you familiar with legal advice?
Very good stuff. The I am definitely a man of I personally enjoy the Doge lore subreddit. That's probably my most visited out of.
All right,
the
so
ones
so,
I
so
visited.
now we're
you.
bringing up another thing that I like about Reddit more than Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't have to see the contents of Dojlor.
Yeah. Twitter now is like, hey, your friend liked this, see it, and I'm like, but I don't want to see it.
Oh,
I don't
my
want to see
God,
their
that's my
weird
least
fetish
favorite
porn.
thing.
On Reddit, I can say,
Dude.
don't fucking show me this. I don't care.
You can mute people. You can mute people.
But that's the difference, is that
And you can actually turn off that setting,
but
you can turn it off.
you can? I was unaware.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I was complaining about it on Twitter, ironically. And
Twitter.
someone's like, yeah, you can just turn it off. I was like,
And then he got ratioed.
as always.
Ratio boy.
Anyways, all right, we've blown another hour, and we are diverting back to another retreaded topic. So I think we're gonna call it here. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for whatever the fuck comes next on this channel. And until then, stay safe out there. Thanks for watching, and peace out.